Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 28 of our commentary for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Last time, we made our way back to Rogueport, met Flavio, the wealthy entrepreneur, and recruited Bobbery for a voyage to Keelhaul Key.
Yes, join Mario, Flavio, and Bobbio as they go to hell.
I mean, basically.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
As if we didn't already have enough framing devices, Chapter 5 is framed as Flavio's, journal entries day after day, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, Joe, this is we'll get to see your favorite line in the game in this episode, won't we?
Oh my god.
What if these aren't actually, because it's speaking in third person, what if these actually aren't Flavio's journal entries and, whoever's writing this is just commenting on how Flavio is feeling as well?
He's, dictating to somebody.
It's like, oh yeah, Flavio looks happy.
Man, Flavio really loves this song.
Flavio's also insane.
Yeah. Why is he in charge?
Because he has the money. That's just how the world works.
Yeah.
Insanely talented. Insanely rich.
Yeah, just another example of art reflecting life in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like that the bow of the ship looks like a unicorn horn.
Yeah. I like this music. This is honestly one of my favorite tracks in the game. It's called Voyage.
Voyage.
I didn't show it off in the beginning, but if you start a new game, and when it shows the Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door title screen over the boat, if you don't... oh, it's not playing anymore. If you don't push start, this music will start playing. Or that music.
That's awesome.
Oh no, Joe, I thought we were past Halloween.
Surprise, Halloween's going overtime.
Listen to that eerie, ominous music.
You know, people always get raked over the coals for getting ready for a holiday too early. But how often do you see people going too late over holidays?
Well, no, we're just getting ready for Halloween 364 days early.
Okay, fair enough.
A goom stomp.
I mean, if you follow artists on social media and stuff, you see a lot of overdue holiday stuff.
That's fair.
I wanted to get in for the holiday, but I was just a day too late.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look.
I guess that's just the nature of the craft.
It's everybody's favorite Allison Hannigan character, Will-O-Wisp.
I love how Papatch here is basically Spider-Man.
Yeah,
there's no ladder
I was gonna say
or
that
any,
too. Not only does he climb up with no arms, but he climbs up with no ladder either.
Yeah. I guess he can just magnetically stick to wood.
Is this the Mario version of St. Elmo's Fire?
I suppose.
Aye.
The closest thing we'll probably ever get. Hey, look, there's the line. The funny line.
You didn't even put any emphasis on it in the edit, Joe. What's wrong with you?
Well, because apparently it's not that memorable or funny.
It's good.
According to you,
It's a good line, Joe. Blame Dan,
That's a
not
lot of
me.
Fire Boys.
No, it sucks. I hate it.
No,
now.
blame Dan. He's the cynical one.
Making fun of the things that I like.
I didn't even see the line.
This LP is like a bad dream that we're all having awake.
Hey, we are on the ocean. Maybe we'll
it's not funny.
Maybe we'll find some sea platforms out here.
These sailors are really not Hoopy Froos. Not a single one of them had their towel.
So let's see. I think in Wind Waker we got to the ghost ship on episode 37, 38-ish. We're ahead of schedule here because we're part 28 on the ghost
Beating your
ship.
time.
Yeah. Well, the now ghost ship that was the SS.
Well, technically,
Flavian.
we didn't find the ghost ship. The ghost ship found us.
Game theory. Does Mario die on Flavio's ship?
Is Keelhaul Key purgatory?
Game theory. Does Flavio die in Thousand-Year Door?
If we really want to shoot for breaking the record, we could play Return of the Obra Dinn, because then you would end up finding the ghost ship in episode 1.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is technically a ghost ship
We could also
game.
just play Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we get the actual ghost ship in episode 1.
Welcome to our new series, Time to Ghost Ship.
Do our lovely viewers know about Time to Shirtless?
That's going to be a much more limited in scope series.
Time to ghost ship.
Well, I don't know. There are a lot of games with a ghost
man.
ship.
That just makes it all the more manageable.
There's also much more stuff with shirtlessness.
That's true, I guess.
So once again, like with Chapter 4, once you get turned into a shadow, we are trapped on this island until we complete the chapter. And I always remember that, I'm going to talk about atmosphere again, Nick. I hope you can forgive me.
I can forgive you if you... No, you hit Whack-a-Bum! No, that poor boy.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah. So, Wacka here, I'll put a pin in that other thing for now, but Wacka is a source, he's basically to help mitigate the fact that you can't go back and, like, well, you know, get stuff from the mainland while you're in this chapter. Because every time you whack him with your hammer, you get this restorative item that gives you 25 HP and 25 FP. But if you hit him, I think, 10 times, he'll disappear forever. And your clue that this is going to happen is that every time you talk to him after hitting him on the head, he starts to sound like more and more like out of it, like he's received brain damage or something.
You're just killing him.
Kinda messed
Yeah,
up.
no, you're straight murdering Waka, and I don't appreciate it.
Hammers at dawn.
That's not the
I like
spirit of
that.
brotherhood, Joe.
Well, we'll see. Okay, I guess I am a brother.
Hey, they're friends again.
I forgot how that works. So, what I was gonna say regarding this chapter is, I feel like the fact that you can't go back to the mainland until you clear the chapter kind of adds to the atmosphere of like being stuck in a bad situation or like isolated. That I think is what kind of gives credence, Nick, I think, to the concept of atmosphere, is like stuff like that makes you feel differently, even though it's not like an aesthetic thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know what you could call it instead? A feeling. A mood.
Oh my god.
But that's like its own thing.
Anyway, draw them circles.
Yeah, so here's our most recently obtained special move, Art Attack. It's a damage dealer. Basically what you want to do here is draw circles around the enemies as many times as you can before time runs out. And you want to make sure you get the whole enemy within the circle, or else it'll only deal partial damage. It's a pretty good move for this point in the game. It does a lot of damage, and it damages a lot of enemies. Only real drawback is that it's pretty costly as far as star power goes. I think it costs 4 points to use.
Ooh.
But with the B-list stage, star power restoration isn't a huge deal. Now, like every good captain, Flavio here is a complete turkey, as you might expect, and wants us to go do his dirty work for him. So we're going to do that, but first we're going to check out this rather impressive little makeshift store we've got here.
Was this guy even on the ship?
Yeah, he was.
It is implied that he was on the ship.
No, he was actually on the ship, because I remember seeing him on it, and I was like, wait a second, is that the shopkeeper?
Yeah, wasn't this guy like, I'm gonna go set up a business on this deserted island?
Yeah.
This is the shop theme from Odyssey.
Yes, it is.
It's a good one.
Can you tell that I like Mario Odyssey?
No.
No.
It's the worst kept secret of this LP.
Seaside?
We've never
We've
told
got a little inn here. Nice.
we
You
never
gotta
told people
pay
about
money
what
to stay
our
in.
first. We never told people what our first playthrough was gonna be.
Yeah, and we're not going to. One day.
I like the framing of the book at the foreground.
You missed the star piece.
Yeah.
The audience is
I know.
screaming at you.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as if you had skipped a cutscene.
By which you mean we are screaming at ourselves.
Yeah, they can't scream at you if I already scream at you first.
That's true.
Yeah. That's how it works. Now I'm cutting out the encounters with the green and pink fuzzies in this area because we already fought them in the Glitz Pit, and I think you guys know how they work by now. The green ones can multiply, and the pink ones take away.
I've
FP,
always liked that
so-
little pool there.
Yeah. Not really a point to it, but it
It's
looks
a nice little
Lucky.
cozy hideaway. Like, if I were actually stuck on this island, or, well, not stuck, but if I, like, lived on that island, that would be where I spent most of my time.
Yeah. Now, I left this in because I wanted to showcase the awesome new skill we gave Vivian in the previous episode, Fiery Jinx, which is basically like your new screen nuke.
Yeah.
Deals 6 damage, 5 damage at this level to every enemy on the screen, and burns them, so,
I think
I'm gonna be using that a lot in this chapter.
I guess it says pick this if you lack confidence.
Hey. Was that a...
Even the
was
game
that a subtle
acknowledges that
dig?
BP is the true man's route.
Well, I guess I'm just not a true man then. I'm sorry. What can I say?
Well, I'll tell you what you can't say is that there is, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Oh my god.
Hey, Truman.
Yeah, we've established that you're
Oh,
not a
whoa.
true man, so
This is one of the alt colors for Piranha in
yeah,
Smash.
it's
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
I think
Purple
so.
teeth and all?
Ooh, I don't know
I don't
about
know if
the
it has
teeth.
the purple teeth, but
See, I always just assumed it was a reference to Maggie and the Ferocious
Right.
Beast.
I
yeah,
forget
that seems
what,
more likely.
I forget what video I was watching the other day, but it was about, there was a section about Piranha Plant and how the, oh, it was Chunka Conroy's Super Mario Galaxy 2 LP, about how the spiky Piranha Plant is, he's from Galaxy 2, and he cameos as Piranha Plant's
Ow.
side smash in Smash Bros. Ultimate. So there you go.
I really like the
Stealing
animation.
content from a much better
The
YouTuber.
enemies in this
Aw.
region give so many star points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I am a little bit behind the level curve here, just because I've only been fighting enemies my first time through the area.
You just got Kaizo blocked.
Yeah, and as you can see, since we have the spike shield, we can now make short work of these piranha
Don't they
plants.
call those, like, Murphy blocks?
Yeah, the
I think that's what Mayor Krupp calls them.
yeah. Way to bring it back, Dave.
I like this aesthetic for this level.
Yeah, it is nice. I really like
Is this the
music
first time
here.
we've seen Vivian cross a gap?
No. There was, like,
no.
we saw like super long tail when you were like going down the well and stuff.
Yeah, in regards to the music, I want to say we talked in a much earlier part about the samples and the synths used in the music in this game.
Yeah.
Now I know these drums we're hearing are fake because, or they're either samples or really good synths because they,
I mean,
you can tell like by the loop that it's like the same like repetitions being
Yeah.
played over and over again, but like the quality of it is really good. Like they sound really natural.
they sound very
Yeah.
steel drummy.
Or just like some kind of like a set of like different kind of bongos or something. Sorry, I'm not a drum aficionado.
Ha, Mario, get these two out of here this instant. And yes, I mean this toad and this unsuspicious-looking fellow. Get them out of
It's
here.
just
No, I
Mario.
Now I know Trey did, but did either of you other guys ever read any of the Redwall series of books?
No, I'm aware of their existence, but I've never...
Do you remember? Okay, Trey. Then you are the target of this, the sole
Yes.
target of this question. Do you remember how the rabbits used to talk in those books?
Basically like Tracer.
Well, like
Cockney?
that kind of. I don't know
Kind of.
my British accent, but it's like the British military man.
Oh,
kinda
yeah,
dialect.
yeah.
Yes, quite right.
That's how I always that's how I always imagine Bobbery sounding based on his
Like Hyphy in the Lion the Jungle Book.
Oh yeah, the elephant.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it now. What was the name of the rabbit in the first book? I'm trying to remember.
Basil,
Yeah,
I think.
Basil.
In
He was
the first
great.
one, but there were so many.
Ah,
rabbits
yes,
in there.
Basil
Yeah.
Fawlty.
Don't if you love your murderous rabbits, read Salamandastrin. They're everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Or,
It's a good one.
It seems like every time I get to this point, like, my inventory is full right before I get the coconut.
I know. And you need that coconut. That is actually an important quest item coming up.
What's that song? Shimmy Shimmy Coconut?
Is it a golden coconut, kind of like in Kingdom Hearts? You gotta have that coconut to build the raft to get off the island.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not the crystal coconut, though, because then DK Island would be in big trouble. Sorry, Congo Bongo Island.
Whoa.
I want to mix up my DK
Oh, that's a
candies here.
snowman. I thought that was like a weirdly shaped bottle of water.
It looked like a Ramuna bottle for a second.
Is this supposed to be a snowman?
Yeah, it is, with a little snow hat.
Oh my god.
You
just
all
blew
this
my
time you
mind.
never realized that?
No, I'm an idiot.
It's
Don't
ice
you realize
power.
this? Yeah. Well, I thought it was like an icy beverage.
I don't know if anyone caught it, but I saw the mouse. I saw it.
Wait, the mouse?
Yeah.
Isn't this on hardware?
The computer mouse?
Yeah, I thought you were recording
That's
this on
impossible.
hardware.
This is recorded from my Wii.
Oh no, it's a haunted disc.
It's
Oh no! Yeah, this is the Mario Drowned chapter.
Oh god. Been
Yeah.
dead.
Mario drowned, except he didn't. A big metal fish chomped him and he lost 1 HP.
Look how fast them little flamios are going.
Flamios.
Or, oh god, what's his name from Adventure Time? Flambo?
Oh yeah.
First I curse you, then I spats on you.
I was hoping he was going to be voiced by Sylvester Stallone, based on his name.
That'd be amazing.
Hey, you want to know what not to do against
I was
these
gonna
birds?
say, you better not be doing fiery jinx on him.
Wait, does this heal them? Oh no.
It heals them and multiplies
Oh
them.
god.
Maybe he's just trying to...
And but don't worry, guys. I totally had a plan there, and I was doing that to demonstrate what you should not do in this part, and I totally didn't. Just
Maybe
forget.
you're just trying to get more star
I thought
points.
you were gonna say you're doing it on purpose so you could farm XP.
Yeah.
And I was gonna be like, I know that's not true, but I can still respect that excuse.
I'm not good at coming up with these BS stories, Dan. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got 3. Nice.
Yeah.
I try my best, but as it turns out, my best is not that
You
great.
need to take a page from old Dan. Professional liar.
The secret to coming up with BS stories or getting good at it is watching sitcoms and then getting mad every time they don't do the thing that would obviously solve the problem.
True.
I see.
I did watch a lot of Drake and Josh back in the day.
Yes, the sitcom of sitcoms.
Can we? Someone now needs to draw Bobbery as a rabbit with a big red coat.
I like this music box music.
Yeah, this is the sad music.
There's drinking in a Mario game?
Well, it's Chocola Cola. Though, fun fact, in the original Japanese version, it was wine, I think.
Wait.
Well, I mean, look at the sprite of it when we get to it.
Chucka-Cola?
Chocola
It
Cola.
still is.
And that's also the same with Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, where the whole, like, Chocola Cola forest or whatever. It's, like, clearly a vineyard, but it's soda instead of wine, but it was originally wine in the Japanese version. So, like, in that regard, it's a nice callback. It's probably one of the best examples of, like, censoring, like, alcohol in a game, where they changed it to go along with, to, like, tie in with another game in the same series.
Yeah, I like that. I like that continuity across it, because that's the sort of thing you don't really get much anymore, where they like reference other, like,
Where they reference other Mario games besides Mario 3.
yeah, well,
The
like,
original Mario.
because in like Luigi's Mansion they introduce like Professor Egad, and then in Sunshine you find out that the Flood is a product of Professor Egad because it has his logo on the back. Or like, and you know, those games have nothing to do with each other, but they were just like, oh, let's just make a shared universe.
What
That's
game
cool.
did you say
Or
introduced
like this
Elven
game
Gad?
has the
What
what's
game
that?
did you say introduced Elven Gad?
Luigi's Mansion.
Was that? I think that the first game he was in was actually an older game than that by a little bit. But
I don't think so. I think Luigi's Mansion was first, and then he also appeared in Mario and Luigi later on.
oh, it was later that he was in Mario. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, EGAD was created for Luigi's Mansion, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get too far away from it, the reason you want the coconut is because Flavio will not give you the Chocola Cola unless you exchange it for a coconut.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't tell you exactly that he needs a coconut. You just have to kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
But you can still give him the wrong stuff, and he'll be like, "Oh, thanks, but that's not the right thing. I'm not gonna give it back, though."
Yeah, he hints at it by telling you, I have this lime, and I need something to put it in to drink them both up, but I just can't figure out what I'm gonna go with.
I was gonna make a joke about him wafting the Chocola Cola to savor the smell and all that, even though it's soda. But I kind of do that sometimes with soda too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it just smells nice.
Dog, a Barks root beer?
It's no laughing matter, Dan.
I would fill my house with Barks root beer candles if I wasn't lazy, because those exist.
Yeah.
I'm just too lazy to get them.
I don't know. After a while, wouldn't they get kind of? And I love me some Barks root beer.
Well, I mean, they're candles, so you can decide when to burn them.
Hey, he drank too much cola and fell asleep.
Yeah.
That classic non-caffeinated cola.
So yeah, it turns out that Bobry is A-okay. I guess he was just delusional before?
He's old.
Vivian's just oh, poor Bobry, he's still shaking up, after you whacked him with your hammer, Mario.
After I told you to whack him with your hammer.
Who hit me? Mario just looks at Vivian and she's hiding behind a tree.
You're an accomplice. Get out here. Own up for your crimes. So yeah. As we've said many times, because we don't care about spoilers, I guess, Bobry is our next partner, and the final mandatory partner that you acquire.
Yeah.
Bobry, as I've said, I think he is the most generally useful partner to have in combat, because he gets kind of a similar moveset to Vivian. His range is a little bit more limited because he can only attack enemies on the ground with his basic attack. But once you get him fully upgraded, you unlock a move called Bombast, which costs 9 FP to use, but does 8 damage to every enemy on the screen.
Nice.
And also
I think regardless of defense.
The one where you throw out little bombs, which is real good if you're good at shot.
Yeah, that's also good. It's kind of like Future Sight in Pokemon, where you do a move early on to do damage.
Because you can
later.
stack them as well, and then just have 3 straight turns of bam, 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 bam.
Yeah,
it's an interesting move, by the way. It's this game has some interesting moves.
So now that now that we've acquired Bobry, we've reached the part of the game where we can get the optional partners: Yuffie, Vincent.
But I didn't know Yuffie was optional.
Yeah,
I've also never played Final Fantasy VII.
You can actually completely miss Yuffie because she's an enemy spawn in the forest. Is how you find her. So you have to run around until you get the random encounter.
Oh my god!
If you just don't go into Vincent's closet, you'll miss him. Yeah. You literally just have to go into his closet.
You mutinous Joker.
I think I found my favorite line in this game so far. Who worries for Flavio? Nobody. He's right.
Wait,
Hey, I worry for Flavio.
So Flavio was the captain a second ago, and now Mario.
Well, no, I think Mario is the captain. Flavio is the quote-unquote leader.
I see.
Or maybe I've got this backwards.
Mario's the captain. Flavio's the producer.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to be the best boy.
It's the director and the producer. Or technically, Mario's he's hired to be in charge, but really Flavio has the money, so he just makes all the decisions.
Flavio hates you all.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Now, I've been cutting this out every time, but every time you've seen me go back and forth between the camp and the jungle, I had to do all of this.
As if I didn't feel bad enough for Vincent already. Oh, this poor boy.
He's just
at least the Twilight Trail didn't have platforming.
Yeah.
That you needed Yoshi for. Although you're really looking out with these pink fuzzies just being completely just
They're
blind.
like that every time, I swear. But yeah, I think it's debatable whether this chapter or chapter 4 has the worst backtracking. Because 4, I think, like, the level you have to go through is more annoying just because
Spike
it's
pouch.
so long. And there's, like, that part where you basically have to fight the Crazy Daisy every time because you're, like, going through the fence and it's, like, aggroed to you. And it just catches you immediately when you come out of the fence. But,
Flavio,
like,
he's right there.
the difference there is that, you know, the backtracking is, like, interspersed with, like, doing stuff at each location, whereas this is a lot more fetch questy, where it's like, go find Bobbery, go back to get the cola, go back to Bobbery to deliver the cola, go back to the camp to get Flavio, go back to the cave entrance.
Yeah, I guess
It's just like the... Yeah.
I guess Twilight Town is better, or it not. I misspoke. I guess the thing Twilight Town has over Keelhaul Key is that at least like each time you backtrack, it's like because something interesting happened.
Yeah, this one, like, once we get into the dungeon, it's not too bad. But, like, here in this opening part, like, they really did front load all of the backtracking in this chapter, and it is pretty annoying to go through.
I'm just excited for the boss of this chapter.
So wait,
Oh,
Flavio
yeah.
still has Chocola Cola? Is that
Is he hoarding it?
is that what
He's
was
actually
Well, no, I
got a
think-
6-pack.
Those are just the 3 things that Mario thought to ask him for.
So, guys, I have a very important question. Where does Bobbery's mustache end and his hat begin?
I don't think they're connected.
At the outline.
Yeah, you see, we've got a clearly delineated boundary.
I was trying to do a JoJo joke, but it didn't
I
work.
know.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
I was trying to derail
See-
your. I was trying to turn your Joe joke on its head.
Twas a Joe joke.
A JoJo joke?
Now, if that wasn't enough, we got to throw Bobbery in there
Oh, no,
to
the
put
gym.
the final touch on it.
So, what's the lore behind like Skull Gym or not Skull Gyms? Behind Bob-ombs blowing up and coming back together? How do they manage that?
I think they're like an electrode or something where they don't really like physically explode, they just cause an explosion that doesn't like
but they like disappear.
it just like radiates out of them. It doesn't like blow up the
Well, you
It
see,
doesn't make any sense either way, but like that's the best I can figure.
Well, you see, Bob Bombs were in the previous games and they blew up and died, but like they didn't want them to die in Paper Mario, so like, what if they don't die?
If there was a partner that you could just like you blow him up and then never get him back.
Yeah. It's like a one-time desperation move.
Though,
Yeah.
to be fair, in most previous Mario games, the Bob-ombs would respawn if you just left the screen, so obviously they got some mechanism for it.
I think all the Bob-ombs are the children of Havoc from the X-Men.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, they all have his like kinetic force powers.
Well,
I'm gonna end this episode before it gets any longer because it's already way
see you
too
next
long.
time.
See you next time when we explore the pirates. See you next time when we explore the pirates' grotto.
See you
Have a
next
good
time when we explore the pirates.
Shut up!